Ah yes, the joys of shady marketing. Apparently there's an ad on Twitter by a company called Toys Galaxy that has stolen footage to promote something very dangerous. Now on the upside, it's only dangerous to anyone who's stupid enough to buy and use it. This thing right here, the Knuckle Smusher 9000 Breaker of Phalanges. Yeah, so it has a clip in there by a guy who looks oddly familiar. Some people ask me, did you give them permission to use your footage? And I'm honestly a bit insulted. You really think I would consent to this bullshit? They also used footage from a channel called Heart to Hurt and another guy that I don't know, but I'm pretty sure neither of them greenlit this. I can only imagine that this was designed with the intention of making edgy teenagers hurt themselves, because this is about as self-defeating as it gets. An actual knuckle duster, which coincidentally I made a video about just recently, linked in the description below if you haven't seen it yet, works to protect your fingers by making your palm absorb the force instead of the fingers, or your knuckles for that matter, because there's a little bit more surface area so you can spread the force better, and of course also you're hitting with something other than your flesh. What happens when you punch something? You apply force to the target. But unfortunately, the way physics works, each action has an opposite reaction. So you also have to absorb the same force going back. If you do it on your knuckles with proper form with a punch, you're typically okay, unless you try to punch a skull or something equally hard. The point of a knuckle duster is that this force now goes into your palm, the fleshy parts here, right, which are not as fragile as your fingers. So guess what happens when you hit something with metal rings directly on your fingers and no support? That'll push right back into your fingers. And what pushes back is the metal. Not to mention your fingers are forced into a really weird position with this assembly here. You'd be better off with a flashlight, because then you can blind them and use this thing for proper hammer strikes. You would be better off with a roll of quarters in your palm. I mean, heck, you would be better off with this spray bottle of eyeglass cleaner, because at least then you can blind them too. Don't do that, by the way. So no, I did not give permission, and I would never endorse something this stupid, which also contains false advertisement, because the clips of practical use they're showing have nothing to do with the product. They're featuring actual knuckle dusters, which have the palm support. Somebody might be like, well, it's called Toys Galaxy, they're not meant to be weapons. If they're not meant to be weapons, then why show the use of actual weapons to promote this crap? They're at the very least heavily implying such a use. So yeah, screw that, don't fall for marketing BS, stay safe.